What does it truly mean to be a warrior? Could you survive in a world where every day is a battle for your people? In the flicker of firelight, eyes narrow with resolve, hands grip spears, and the air is thick with anticipation. The air is thick with anticipation. It hangs heavy, a silent blanket over the crackling fire. Around me, young men sit with an unnerving calm. Their faces, painted with patterns of white clay and ochre, are masks of focused intensity. This isn't anger, it's something deeper, something colder. It is the quiet resolve of a warrior preparing for what must be done. They are cleaning their spears, the rhythmic scrape of stone against wood, a hypnotic sound in the pre-dawn chill. Suddenly, a signal is given. The men rise as one, a silent, formidable unit. They pick up their shields and spears, their movements fluid and synchronized. As they melt into the shadows, leaving the warmth of the fire behind, I am left with a profound sense of awe. I have just witnessed something ancient, something sacred. It's easy to think of warrior cultures as relics of the past. We see them in history books and epic films confined to a time of empires and ancient battles. But that's not the whole story. Right now, on this very day, these ancient traditions are alive. They are breathing. All around the globe, in pockets of wilderness and remote landscapes, communities continue to uphold the warrior ethos passed down through generations. They face modern challenges we can scarcely comprehend: deforestation, political interference, the encroachment of a global culture that threatens to dilute their own. Yet, they endure. I am standing on a windswept ridge in the Altai Mountains of western Mongolia, a place that feels like the very roof of the world. The cold is biting, a physical presence that seeps into your bones and steals your breath. The silence here is profound, broken only by the wind. Beside me stands Dostan, a Kazakh eagle hunter, a Burkitchi. This isn't just a title, it's a legacy, a sacred tradition passed down from father to son for thousands of years. His face, weathered by the elements, holds the wisdom of generations. But the true power here, the heart of this ancient practice, rests on his arm. A magnificent golden eagle, hooded and calm, sits perched on his heavily padded glove. She is a formidable weight, a concentration of wild energy. This is not a pet, tamed to obedience. This is a partner, a weapon, and a sacred companion. The bond is forged not through dominance, but through years of mutual respect and a shared life in this unforgiving landscape. She is considered a member of the family, a winged daughter. Today we are hunting for foxes. Their pelts are not trophies, but a vital currency for survival, providing warmth and resources to endure the brutal winter. Dostan scans the vast valley below, his eyes honed by a lifetime of this, missing nothing. He is a statue of perfect patience. The eagle on his arm senses the change in his focus, the subtle tensing of his muscles. She shifts her weight, her powerful talons capable of crushing bone, gripping the thick leather in anticipation. They are two minds with a single purpose. Suddenly he sees it, a flicker of movement far below. With a sharp guttural cry that echoes across the mountains, he removes the eagle's hood, the tamalga. Her world explodes from darkness into the sharp, brilliant clarity of the hunt. Then, with a single powerful beat of her wings, she launches into the air. She climbs, a dark speck against the brilliant blue sky, circling once to lock onto her prey. Then she folds her wings and dives, a feathered missile, a living arrow of vengeance, traveling at an incredible speed that can exceed 200 miles per hour. In this moment, she is the embodiment of nature's perfect design. The ground trembles. It's the sound of dozens of pairs of feet hitting the dry earth in perfect unison. A group of Maasai warriors, the Moran, are performing the adumu, their famous jumping dance. Their deep, guttural chants form a hypnotic chorus, building in intensity with every leap. Dressed in their iconic red shukas, the color of courage, and adorned with intricate beadwork that tells stories of their lineage, they form a circle of vibrant energy. This is not just a dance. It is a rite of passage and a fierce competition, a display of strength and stamina. Each warrior, with a straight posture, leaps higher and higher, their heels never touching the ground. The height of the jump is a direct measure of his power. It is a warrior showing his fitness, his readiness to defend his community and his cattle from predators. This ritual is a crucial part of their journey to becoming a Moran, a full-fledged warrior. Away from the celebration, I watch a young Moran named Lamayan. His duty today is not to dance, but to watch. He stands guard at the edge of the herd, a silent sentinel. He holds a long, thin-bladed spear, the aram, and a large shield made of buffalo hide, painted with the markings of his clan. His gaze is constantly moving, scanning the horizon. His people's wealth and survival are measured in these cattle, and he is their protector. He is the shield of his people. In their bright red robes, they stand as proud, defiant figures against the tide of modernity. They are the guardians of a culture deeply connected to the land and its ancient rhythms. A culture where a man's worth is measured not by possessions, but by his courage and his commitment to his community. They are the enduring spirit of the savannah. There are some frontiers we are not meant to cross, boundaries drawn not by maps, but by time itself. North Sentinel Island is one of them. A small emerald jewel in the Bay of Bengal, it is home to the Sentinelese people, one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth. For an estimated 60,000 years, they have lived in complete isolation, a living link to a Paleolithic past. Recognizing their vulnerability, the Indian government has declared the island and its surrounding waters a strict exclusion zone, a sanctuary protected by law and the fierce will of its inhabitants. To stand on a boat just off their shore is to feel the weight of that isolation, to look back across an impassable gulf in time. The air is thick, the silence from the jungle profound. The beach is pristine, the forest behind it a wall of impenetrable green. You feel like an intruder from a future they have never known. And from that wall, from the deep shadows of ancient trees, you are being watched by eyes that see you not as a visitor, but as a threat. The watchers emerge, men who carry bows and arrows not as relics, but as living tools of defense. Their response is unwavering, a ritual of resistance passed down through generations. Every arrow they fire is a clear message, a dialect of defiance that needs no translation. Stay away. This is our home. You are not welcome here. It is their only known defense against the diseases and disruptions of the outside world. The Sentinelese warrior is the ultimate guardian. They are not conquerors, they are protectors. Their fight is not for glory but for survival. They are the living embodiment of defiance, a warrior culture whose fight is for the most basic human right of all, the right to exist on their own terms. They are a stark reminder that some worlds must remain separate, that the greatest respect we can show is the respect of distance. Stepping back from the dust of the Maasai plains or the cold winds of the Altai mountains and into our modern world is a jarring experience. The contrast is stark, and it highlights just how much we have lost or traded away. In our society, conflict is often abstract, waged through legal battles, corporate takeovers, or digital arguments. For the warriors I have met, conflict is immediate, physical, and has life or death consequences. In the West, we often build our identities through our careers, our hobbies, our consumer choices, or our online personas. For a warrior culture, identity is forged in community and tradition. This collective identity creates an incredible social cohesion and a sense of belonging. Standing on the edge of these ancient worlds, you cannot help but be changed. These warrior societies are not primitive relics. They are sophisticated, resilient cultures that hold vital lessons for all of humanity. They are a living library of human potential. The first lesson is one of courage. The second lesson is about community. Finally, these cultures teach us about survival. Not just physical survival, but cultural survival. They are the keepers of a fire that modern life has tried and failed to extinguish. In their enduring fight, we see the universal human drive to define who we are and to protect that identity, no matter the cost. They show us that we are stronger together and that a life dedicated to the well-being of the group can provide a deeper sense of purpose than one focused solely on individual achievement.